I mean, there's certain things about my environment I didn't like. I internalized it differently than my brother did. So I can't put that on my mother or my father.
No, but
yeah.
You can't blame anybody. Well, here's the thing.
But we're taught to blame.
Yeah.
But
so much in society.
There's a difference between blaming somebody and taking an analytical look at circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
You could eat the same thing as me, but you metabolize it different.
Right.
Didn't mean we didn't have the same meal.
Mm-hmm.
We absorbed it different.
Right.
One of the things about you that has to be constant, and I think you don't even recognize it. You know what you have that is typical of cats who come from the place you come from, do the things you do, and arrive at this place? Humanity. And that's a hard thing. Like, how did George Foreman kick ass and sell grills? You know what I mean? Where people, he become a pitch person. But there's a level of humanity that people connect to. And I think that you can't necessarily ascribe that to anything you do. It's so whatever stimuli you had, your brother used it for analytics, you use it for connection, but it all was the same. It's like water that comes to your house. You take a shower, or you cook, or you bathe, but it's the same source, different uses.
Yeah, but I consider it unfortunate luck, what have you. It's because easily I could have gone there.
Sure.
I mean, just so many. Even if the statute of limitations like kind of ran out on certain things, I could have been.
Don't do that here.
I'm not
gonna
do
do that. But thank you.
Right.
No, don't do that.
But no.
But see if you can get him to do a Google.
No.
No, but seriously, like I've
Why are
grown
people
up
reticent to? Okay, here's the thing that I always and I do this too. There was something in you that you can't explain that led you to where you are right now. That some part of you always knew existed, but you were reticent to say that happened. Like we always attach it to happenstance. Something in you was worthy of it, right?
Yeah, but bro, there's people in prison doing life right now who you say that could have easily been on my side of it. You know, I'm just saying I'm not going to neglect that other end of it where there's several stories of somebody making a left when they should have made a right, and their whole life is completely different. We got the. I hate to call it the Central Park. I don't want to give credence to that moniker.
Exonerated 5.
Yes, Exonerated 5. But just such a.
You know what reminds me of me and you? I remember when I was a kid, I came from a very similar background. I don't have your physical makeup, but I didn't like to fight. I had to all the time. But one of the things I always knew that something was different. And I always said if I strain to hear it and I respond to it when it happens, I'll be all right. So my gig was to try to get to that thing. Like, you know how some people go, I'll just wait for a signal. I was waiting for a signal, and you were too. You know why those people didn't do it? Because sometimes they let everything around them drown out that signal. Those cats in jail right now that made the right or the wrong or the left or the right or did the thing, they didn't hear when they should have. They were louder than they should have been. Sometimes being quiet and waiting gives you perspective that you would have never had before.